Big up, guys. Big up, guys. Welcome to the stream. Thanks, everyone. If anyone's watching live now, of course, this will be on playback as well. For anyone who wants to watch, and apologies, delayed yet again. So apologies for all that yet again. I feel like I'm on here to spend most of my time apologising for being late. And I am really sorry yet again. Trying to get on here at the times I'm putting, scheduling it for, and other things happening yet again. But anyway, I'm here. I'm going to start trying to do these streams on time. It's important, really. I do that no matter what. But yeah, thanks, Harry. Cheers, bro. Thanks for coming in, my friend. Good evening, Steve. Hope you're well, bro. Yeah, cool. I'm cool, man. Cool. Yeah, looking forward to the match tomorrow. There's a lot of good games been going over the weekend, all the FA Cup matches, and obviously our game last Thursday against Arsenal. Still remember that well. Went to that match, fucking brilliant, awesome. To get that draw, we should have won, really. Could have won that. But I won all I was happy with. So, Arsenal won, beat Fresh Wigan 4-0 today. So a lot of, I think Sunderland, you won, 1-0. Be up to you, Kev. Well, you won today, didn't you, Sunderland? 1-0. Yeah, hope you're well, mate. Evening, mate. Hope you have had a good weekend. Yeah, it's pretty good, mate. Pretty good. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed it more after the result last week. A lot better. I think Macclesfield will give you a game tomorrow. Well, definitely tomorrow evening, but you will get through to the next round, I'm sure. Well, yeah, that's what I'm here to talk about. If I can get through that, buddy, we can get through that. Hopefully. It's going to be a tough one, a really tough game against Macclesfield. They knocked Palace out. So, we have got to be on our guard. We've got to be at our absolute best, I think, to make sure. It's not another shock. Hoping there won't be. But, saying that I can take or leave the FA Cup as much as I love it, is amazing. And yes, it would be a major shock if we go out to Macclesfield. But it's happened. They knocked Palace. They've done Palace out, and they were the holders. So, if we do go out to them, thing is, we got the league to concentrate, the Premier to concentrate on. And that's where we're going for Europe, trying to get Europe in that. So maybe it won't be a bad thing. Obviously, I don't want to go out of this. I'd love to have a good run in this, but we all know we went out to Plymouth as well. So I remember that one. But they were actually in the league. So we talk about a non-league club here. But they deserve a lot of credit and respect, this team, I tell you. They're a very good team. And can't be underestimated whatsoever. Kev, again, it is a shame the match is not on ITV or BBC, I know. I think isn't it on TNT or something? I'm sure it is. A joke that most FA Cup games are on pay-per-view. Yeah. Yeah, that is the problem, mate. That's the way it is now, isn't it? Terrestrial telly ain't got it much anymore, unfortunately. Not gone are the days, the good old days with BBC, ITV, having it all. Yeah. Yeah, they can't afford it anymore. These other like TNT, Sky, whatever, have got all the money, and they get it all now. It's a shame, isn't it? But there we go. The way it's gone. But obviously, I'll be able to watch it on TNT. I believe it's on there. So yeah, I'm going to be watching it, and hopefully we'll be able to get through. It's not going to be easy. this probably be tougher than the Arsenal game, to be quite honest with you. Because as well, we got to go there, and they ain't going to be an easy pitch to play on there at Macclesfield. Be up to you, Luca. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're good. You got a good win today, 4-0 against Wigan. I thought you should have gone and kicked on for more. You just settled on 4, and I would have kicked on. And the way you were going, playing, why did you put the handbrake back on? But that's fucking Arteta, I suppose. 4-0 up. Why don't you go for more? Why don't you go be really ruthless and go sort of 6, 7, 8 or something? 9 or whatever. Nah. Sorry, 4-0. You're in the ascendancy and really accelerating, and you're ripping through them. By the way, Norgard was excellent today. Was awesome, I thought. See, I told you we had a great player there. I did say that. We had a great player here, Norgard. He was brilliant today, and he got man of the match as well, by the way. So, yeah, but why don't you try for more? Why don't you go for more? Sorry, nah. You're not ruthless. You're not. That could be the difference between you winning the league and not winning the Premier. I think FA Cup has been disappointing. No lower league sides left. Well, yeah. Mansfield, don't forget Mansfield are still there. Only one left is Macclesfield. Mansfield is still there. Brentford will smash them, I reckon. I'm not sure about smashing, but hopefully we should beat them, I would think. But trouble is, all our sides are out. None of them haven't gone far. No. But as I say, Mansfield are definitely still in it. I know that for sure. They got through. But anyway, I'm going to get on with this preview now, guys. And there's just one other bit of news regarding the squad and the lineup. And I will get that up now. And that's this. KF Euro set for Brentford debut at Macclesfield. Andrews confirmed. So this young man is going to get some minutes here. He's going to get some game time in this game at Macclesfield. So we're going to see how good he really is, if he's got he's got anything about him, which he's supposed to have. Some talent and ability. So we're going to find that out in this game now. Luca again, second half, shit, boring, yeah, goes to show we won't win the league. Well, it is because we want ease pressure off, yeah, and focus on Wolves Wednesday and North London Derby Sunday. But yeah, you had them down you was on their throats, mate. You should have gone all the way. You should have got a load more goals, and you should have done. They were there for the taking, Wigan. You could have smashed them right up. You really should have. And I was watching it. I was so disappointed that you didn't really go and really smash them up, Why put gas off? I was jumping on my seat at 4-0 thinking we could win 7 or 8, yeah. But never mind, we got the job done. Eze was okay. I thought he played well, but wasted a lot of chances. Gyökeres was crap. Yeah, Norgard was brilliant, though. Don't forget Norgard, he was superb today. That's why we had it. That's the reason we had him here. What he done today. Wigan had one shot, that's it, yeah. Kepa save it, yeah. Wigan are a mess, yeah. Long removed from when they won it way back. When was it? When they beat City 1-0. I'm sure it was it 2000 and something, wasn't it? Well, I think 2000 and something they won it, wasn't it? Wigan. Was it 2003 or 4? Something like that. Maybe later. I could be thinking of later, but 7. I don't know. I can't remember now, but I know when they won it, and they had one player left, I think, from that squad, that team, and that was McManaman, who came on. He came on as a sub, didn't he? Is it Callum McManaman? Came on, so yeah. Yeah, Brentford 3-0, I say. Well, I'm not quite up onto that prediction yet, Luca, but I wouldn't mind that. I'll take that. Or I think we should get, I'd hope, a few more, but I still think it's going to be hard. I'm not, we're not underestimating this lot at all, because, any team that's not Palace out are no pushovers, I tell you. White went off for precaution. Yeah, man of the match for me was not. Well, he did get man of the match, Norgard. He was brilliant today. He was superb. I don't understand why he didn't play games in league. Yeah, well, that's your fucking manager, mate. Maybe Mikel don't want to use him. Well, that's fucking him, mate. What do you expect with that prick? That fucking fraud, idiot. Anyway, I'm going to read this, and yeah, so this young man's going to get some game time tomorrow. That's good to see. Kaya Fioro is set to make his Brentford debut in Monday night's FA Cup fourth round tie against Macclesfield. 7:30pm kickoff, GMT live on TNT Sports. There we go. Head coach Keith Andrews, of course, it's the fifth round draw. I don't know if it's part of that or it might be on another channel. I think it should be on TNT as well, the fifth round draw. Yeah. So head coach Keith Andrews has confirmed that he's going to play some part. The young striker has featured in 3 Premier League matchday squads since signing from Club Brugge in January, but hasn't come on or played any minutes. Andrews will definitely play a part. Well, I'm glad. I'm happy about that. I want to see what this guy can do, this young man, Why we signed him. What the big deal is with him, The young striker signed for the Bees from Club Brugge in January and has been an unused substitute in Premier League games against Chelsea, Newcastle United and Arsenal. Kaya will definitely be featuring in the game, said Andrews. He's settled in really well and he's already a popular member of the group. He's pretty clued in with how he wants to navigate his development and how he sees that, working closely with the coaches, the performance team and the medical team. We like what we saw from afar and we really, really like what we're seeing up close and personal with him. He's a really good human being and he'll definitely play a part on Monday night. The Bees, who defeated Championship side Sheffield Wednesday 2-0 at Hillsborough in the third round, go into the game having drawn 1-1 against Premier League leaders Arsenal on Thursday night. Yes, remember it well. What a game. Probably should have won. I still think we should have won. We should have had a penalty and Gabriel should have been sent off. Should have been. But that referee was absolutely shit. Absolute prat, that referee. Right. Arteta, for me, don't want used him, no. Anyway, Brentford, I want next round. Okay, well, I don't know about that, mate. Well, it depends how we do it. If we can get through, it's not going to be easy. But yeah, I mean, this time we can actually beat you and get through further. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Norwich or Brentford, yeah, Norwich are doing pretty well, aren't they, as well? So then we can win at G. Yeah, okay, dream on, mate, dream on. Only Mansfield and Norwich left. Yeah. I told you Mansfield was still there. So There was another lower team as well. I'm trying to think who it was. I'm sure there's another lower team that's got through. Can't think of them at the moment, but I know there is a lower division team. I'm sure there is another one that has got through. I'll bring that up in a minute, actually. Brentford, will you play kids? Well, I don't know. Wouldn't have thought so. I mean, most of our kids are actually off online, our young players. So most of them are actually off online. So, I mean, we'll play a second string, maybe, a sort of a second string, if you like. I mean, we'll probably have like Pinnock maybe back playing, maybe Collins, I don't know. We might even have Hickey playing. We may have Nelson. I think Nelson will play. Romel Donovan, I think he'll play as well. Who else will we have? Hopefully Damsgaard will play more of the game. Obviously this Kaya Furo, I'm sure he's going to play some of it. They said, Andrew said he's going to play some of this. So, yeah, I think we'll have a second team out, no doubt, I would think, sort of. But I think it'd still be strong. I think we'll probably have Valdemarson in goal, not Kelleher. I think he'll be in goal, Valdemarson, definitely. Big up to you, Steph. Hello, my dear. How are you? Hope you're well. Good to see you in here, my friend. Brilliant. Hope you're good. Yeah, so, yeah, getting back to this. Yeah, Andrews explained that the approach for their National League North hosts on Monday will be no different to the visit of the Gunners to GTEC Community Stadium. See, we're giving them a lot of respect here, you know. Like we did for Arsenal, we're giving them even more respect because, you know, you can't underestimate these sort of teams. They will turn up. They'll fight. They're at their own ground, and they will not bow down and let teams get, you know, so-called bigger teams like us get the better of them. They don't want that, and they were amazing against Palace, and of course they got Wayne Rooney's brother as a manager. John Rooney, I think. John Rooney, yeah, he's their manager. He's a better fucking manager than Wayne. Let's be honest. But no, I mean, this ain't gonna be that easy. This is a bit of a banana skin, I think, to be honest. And you know, I'm not looking forward to it in a way because I know if we go out to this lot, it's gonna be embarrassing in a way. But I know that we have got the league to carry on with and concentrate on the Premier. And that is our bread and butter at the moment, is the Premier and to get Europe. That's what we really want at the moment. So, in a way, I think that is the more important thing for me at the moment is to get Europe. Anything else is a bonus, you know. Yeah, so the respect I have for domestic cup competition is big, he continued. This cup in particular is prestigious. It is prestigious. It really is. And some managers don't give a shit about it and don't give a toss and throw it in the bin, bin it, like Arteta sometimes. So it's the best domestic cup competition in the world with a history that is attached to it. I agree totally. We want to go as far as we can in it, so we will give the cup and Macclesfield the utmost respect. I'm glad he is. I really am pleased that he's doing this. We have to respect them. We really have to. You know, they are going to be at their best, and they want to knock us out. You know, they want to go far. They want to get another big team, another Premier team, giant, probably at their own ground in the next round. So, you know, there's no doubt this is going to be a tricky tie for us. It really is. Yeah. Yeah, give them utmost respect like we do with every other team. Exactly. The preparation for Macclesfield will be exactly the same as it was for Arsenal. Good to hear. I'm happy. That is brilliant. We have to take it seriously. We really do. Because they ain't gonna lie down. They ain't gonna roll over Macclesfield for us. No way. And we have to be at our absolute best for this game. We really will. So, match preview, Macclesfield versus Brentford, analysis, team news, match officials and more. Here's everything you need to know ahead of Brentford's FA Cup fourth round game against Macclesfield at leasing.com Stadium on Monday, 16th February, 7:30 kick-off, GMT live on TNT Sports. In the previous round, the sixth tier side knocked out current holders Crystal Palace to deliver one of the biggest upsets in the competition's history. The Bees beat Sheffield Wednesday 2-0 at Hillsborough Stadium. Pre-match analysis, Stephen Gile, playmaker stats, what Brentford can learn from Macclesfield's previous giant killing. Brentford travelled to Macclesfield this Monday with one clear aim, to avoid becoming the latest scout claimed by the FA Cup's greatest giant killers. The National League North outfit knocked out current holders Crystal Palace in January to deliver the biggest upset in the competition's history in terms of league position, with the Silkmen starting the day ranked 117 places below Palace in the English football pyramid. Captain Paul Dawson's towering first-half header put Macclesfield ahead before Isaac Buckley-Ricketts doubled their lead after the break to further stun the holders. Jeremy Pino's stoppage time free kick set up a tense finale, but the Silkmen held firm to seal a monumental victory as Macclesfield became the first non-league team to eliminate the reigning FA Cup holders since 1908-09. With Brentford 7th and Macclesfield 6th in their respective divisions, there are currently 122 places between the two sides. But the Bees would be wise to view Macclesfield's seismic success against Palace as a case study rather than a fairy tale. The combination of factors helped John Rooney's side clip the Eagles' wings. And Brentford can learn plenty from what Macclesfield did well and what their Premier League opponents did less so back in January. Macclesfield's numbers against Palace indicate a bold approach that paid off spectacularly. The Silkmen registered 13 shots to Palace's 12 and were willing to shoot from all angles, with 9 of their efforts coming from outside the box. On home turf at Moss Rose, Macclesfield were also tenacious, with their competitive edge, perhaps surprising the Premier League side expecting a less intense affair away from the rigours of the top flight. Captain Dawson embodied that spirit in midfield, winning 15 of his 30 attempted tackles and becoming the first non-league player to score against the holders since Rocky Baptiste for Farnborough Town against Arsenal in 2003. Brother of former Manchester United and England forward Wayne, Macclesfield manager Rooney has links to the top flight. But so too does 21-year-old defender Lewis Lacey, brother of Red Devils Academy prospect Shea Lacey. Against Palace, Lacey offered the Silkmen. Oh yeah, I've heard of that Lacey, by the way. Yeah, Man United. So he's the brother of him. Yeah. Against Palace, Lacey offered the Silkmen a valuable outlet going forward. completing the joint most dribbles of any player on the pitch while also excelling with his long-range distribution, including 3 accurate long passes. There is no doubt Macclesfield did plenty right to prevail against Palace, but the FA Cup holders also contributed to their own downfall. Despite enjoying 71% possession, the Premier League side repeatedly handed encouragement to their hosts. England internationals Alan Wharton, 24 occasions, and Mark Gahey, 21, gave the ball away 45 times between them, and Brentford should aim to avoid cheap turnovers that energised the crowd this Monday. Palace dominated territory without converting that control into a genuine threat. The Eagles mustered only 4 shots on target, including their goal, during the third round clash, and won just 3 corners at Moss Rose, generating only 0.09 XG from those. In this regard, Brentford head coach Keith Andrews may look to maximise his side's strengths from dead balls. This term, the Bees have managed a shot from 38% of their set pieces, and they are likely to find joy if their delivery is right. Macclesfield have shown that the magic of the cup remains potent, and Brentford will need to manage both the occasion and their opponent's strengths to book their place in the last 16. Scout report, Dan Long, Sky Sports, the remarkable rise of Macclesfield. Macclesfield FC will turn 6 years older in October, and the journey over their first 5 years is something to behold. The club was formed by Rob Smethurst and Robbie Savage as the Phoenix Club of Macclesfield Town, who were wound up in September 2020 after 152 years. In 21-22, they won the North West Counties Football League Premier Division. In 22-23, they won the Northern Premier League Division 1 West. In 23-24, they finished second in the Northern Premier League Premier Division. But in 24-25, they won that title too, picking up a stunning 32 more points than they had the year before. Savage was head coach for the latter, and though his stock was high as a result, in an interview with BBC Radio Manchester shortly after the title was sealed, Savage said, "It's my club and it's not very often you can manage your club. The one you built from the first brick with your best friend. So it would take an awful lot for me to leave. There are League One and League Two clubs I wouldn't go to if they offered me the job now, because I can't see the journey or the project." But on 1st of July 2025, he did leave to take over as manager of National League side Forest Green Rovers, replacing Steve Cotterill, who had failed to secure promotion back to the EFL at the first time of asking. Former player John Rooney, who had announced his retirement at the conclusion of the 24-25 season, was quickly announced as his successor. There can be no doubt that John is fully invested in the club's journey on an emotional level. We have every confidence that he will be able to continue our upward trajectory towards the EFL, the club said in a statement after announcing the news. There's been quite the introduction to management for Rooney. With 28 games played in the league, Macclesfield sits 6th in the National League North table. They are 19 points behind current leaders South Shields, but crucially, with up to 4 games in hand on the teams around them, they reached the FA Cup trophy 5th round too. But the most incredible moment of the season, the club's short history, and arguably the rich history of the FA Cup, came just over a month ago on 10th of January when they beat Crystal Palace. It was a poignant result too, given the tragic death of forward Ethan McLeod at the age of just 21, less than 4 weeks earlier. Very sad, really sad, terrible. The Macclesfield story already contains enough chapters for a lifetime. Yet it feels as though that story is still very much in its infancy. 6 years after reforming, this is a club no longer defined by what they rose from, but by where they can go next. Yes, so obviously John Rooney joined Everton alongside his older brother Manchester United and England legend Wayne at the age of 6 in 1996. But while Wayne progressed into the first team by 2002, John was released the same year. He joined Macclesfield Town's youth set-up and played 46 times for the first team before leaving in the summer of 2010. The midfielder then crossed the Atlantic, first joining New York Red Bulls, where he was a teammate of Thierry Henry, then Orlando City. However, Rooney only managed 17 appearances across the two spells and returned to England. After time at Barnsley and Bury, he joined fifth-tier side Chester, where he spent 3 seasons, with 26 goals and 24 assists in the 115 appearances. Next came another 2 seasons in the National League, one at Wrexham, the other at Guiseley, and after an initial loan spell. Then he went to Barrow in 2018 and helped the club to a long-awaited return to the EFL in his second season, finishing as the 5th highest scorer in the division with 17. As the Bluebirds were promoted as champions by way of points per game average of 1.89, and the season curtailed prematurely due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Rooney did not make the step up to League Two until 21-22, again with Barrow, after spending a season and a half at Stockport. His second spell there lasted just shy of 9 months, though, as he later joined Oldham Athletic on a 2-year deal in September 2022. He left the Latics after 1 season to sign for Macclesfield in August 2023, returning to the town, albeit at the newly formed club after 13 years away. He helped the Silkmen lift the Northern Premier League Premier Division title in 24-25, which preceded his retirement at the age of 34, and just a matter of weeks later, following Robbie Savage's departure, he took on his first non-playing role when he was appointed Macclesfield's new manager. The game plan, with local Macclesfield reporter Matt Hancock-Bruce. Matt Hancock-Bruce, a local reporter covering Macclesfield, explains how John Rooney is likely to set up his side on Monday night. It's going to be a bit harder to predict than usual because they are playing against a Premier League team and cannot expect to play their normal way, he said. He told BrentfordFC.com earlier this week. Macclesfield's usual formation is either a 4-3-3 or 4-1-4-1, fluctuating a bit between the two, but they have quite a consistent lineup. The word I would use to describe how they are going to go at it would be intensity, which was clear from the Palace game, where it took about 4 seconds for the captain to go flying in with a header, which meant he had to wear that iconic headband for the rest of the game. That symbolises the attitude that they will take into the game, and I do not expect that to be any different against Brentford. Set pieces too, the opening goal against Palace came from a set piece, and I would imagine they will try that again. Though that might be a challenge because everyone knows how good Brentford are when it comes to that part of the game. I've already said about this. Furo set for Brentford debut. It's all right, guys, just finishing my coffee because it's getting cold. Of course, I've already mentioned this. Keith Andrews has confirmed that Kaya Furo is set for his first appearance when Brentford visit Macclesfield on Monday. Kaya will definitely be featuring in the game, said the Bees head coach. So that's good. Be good, mate. Be good to see what he can produce and see how good he really is. This young man, you know. Match officials: England to referee Silkman trip. Darren England, yeah. Another useless twat, I suppose, really. But there we go. They're all pretty useless, these refs, aren't they? So that's what we expect now, and there's no VAR. I suppose anything goes now, isn't it? Let's be honest, with no VAR, you can get away with a fair bit more, you know, offsides, fouls, whatever. There's no VAR to pull it up and to say they're wrong, or to provide a different opinion, or a different decision. So there we go. Assistant Scott Ledger and Akil Howson. Fourth official Tom Neild. Darren England will take charge of Monday's FA Cup fourth round tie against Macclesfield. The Yorkshire-born official has refereed Brentford more than any other club in his career. Still don't make him a great ref. Sorry. With the game at leasing.com stadium being the 22nd Bees fixture he has had the whistle for. October's 1-0 loss against Man City at GTEC Community Stadium is one of 18 matches he has overseen in all competitions during 25-26. I'm hoping he's not a bad omen there then. We lost 1-0 to City with him in charge, with him as ref. So I hope that doesn't happen here as well. And England has brandished 68 yellows and 2 red cards so far this term. Well, there we go. VAR will not be in use, which I've already mentioned. So, yeah, previous round, we beat Sheffield Wednesday 2-0, easily, comfortably, because they are in a lot of shit, Sheffield Wednesday, so that was no surprise, let's be honest. FA Cup, 10th January 2026. That was straightforward, easy enough. Brentford put their place in the fourth round of the FA Cup with a comfortable 2-0 victory against Championship side Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. Reece Nelson and Keane Lewis Potter were both denied by the woodwork before the latter poked in a Matthias Jensen free kick to open the scoring. Midway through the second half, Jensen emphatically finished from the penalty spot after Ramel Donovan had been brought down in the box to make sure of the result. Let's look at this. Macclesfield reporter gives the lowdown on Brentford's FA Cup opponents. So, I think I've read all this. Right. Just want to get an idea of what team they may put out. I think it'd be the same as they played against Palace, I would think. Macclesfield's usual formation is either 4-3-3 or 4-1-4-1, fluctuating a bit between the two, but they have quite a consistent lineup. Yeah. So, I'm trying to see. It's giving a score prediction. This is, this is, what's his name? Matt Hancock Bruce. So he's going prediction. This was the hardest one. The fact that Macclesfield beat Palace makes it impossible to predict, because I do not think you would have found anyone who would have guessed that would happen. I do not think Brentford will make the same mistakes Palace did. Well, hopefully not, but you never know. And it has shown since that defeat that you cannot afford to slip up against non-league opposition. Exactly. There is that heart and determination with Macclesfield. There certainly is. So I'm sure they will put on a proud display. But I'm going to go with a 3-1 Brentford win. Well, we would take that, that's for sure. We would definitely take that. So, yeah, I'll be happy with that. Definitely. I'd be very happy with that. So I'm going to go to another article. Hold on a minute, guys. Just going to go to another article here and obviously try and talk about more about the teams and what the lineups might be and whatever. Right. This might say a bit more. This is preview Macclesfield Town vs Brentford prediction, team news and lineups. Macclesfield Town will hope their fairy tale FA Cup run can continue. They must deliver another gargantuan performance on Monday against Premier League visitors Brentford at the Leasing.com Stadium. The hosts pulled off the greatest FA Cup upset in history, beating Crystal Palace 2-1 in the third round on January the 10th, despite being in the sixth tier of English football. While Brentford comfortably saw past Sheffield Wednesday 2-0 on the same day. Match preview, perhaps the biggest compliment that can be paid to Macclesfield is that they were deserving winners against Crystal Palace despite the 117 places between the sides in the football pyramid at the time of their clash. The Silkmen also became the first team from the sixth tier to eliminate a Premier League club since the formation of the division. Head coach John Rooney was named the National League North Manager of the Month for January. And he has guided his players to 7 wins from their last 9 outings in all competitions. Macclesfield are 6 in the sixth tier with 48 points, and occupy the 5th of 6 promotion playoff spots. Though they do boast at least one game in hand on the rest of the top 15. The Silkmen have enjoyed 6 consecutive victories at home, heading into their FA Cup clash on Monday. And they have in fact only been beaten once in their past 15 matches at the Leasing.com Stadium. Brentford have already advanced further in this season's edition of the FA Cup than they had in their prior 3 campaigns, though they have only once reached the 5th round in their 19 most recent attempts. Keith Andrews' side are unfortunate to not be coming into Monday's game on the back of a win against Arsenal, who they thoroughly outplayed on Thursday, which we did. We sure did outplay them on Thursday in the Premier League, but ultimately drew 1-1 with. The Bees are 7th with 40 points in the top flight. And they are only 2 points from sixth place Liverpool and 4 from 5th place Chelsea. Andrew's side have claimed victory in 7 of their past 11 contests in all competitions, with the club only suffering 2 losses in that time, scoring 20 goals and conceding on 10 occasions. Brentford's record on the road has also been positive, given they have emerged as winners in 5 of their last 6 fixtures away from home. Macclesfield Town FA Cup form 1-1-1. Won them all, of course. It's going to be hard. Macclesfield Town form all competitions, lost 1, 1. So they've actually won a lot more than they've lost, only 2 in all that. So that shows how hard it might be. Brentford FA Cup form 1, of course. Brentford form all competitions, 1, lost, 1, drawn. We have actually, so we've lost 2 as well. But we've drawn 1 where they haven't. But I don't know, that might not matter, really. That probably doesn't matter. Really, when all's said and done. Macclesfield goal. This is the team news. Macclesfield goalkeeper Max Dearnley may need to perform heroics in goal, but he will stand a better chance of keeping a clean sheet if centre backs Sam Heathcote and Rollin Maniaci are as commanding as they were against Palace. Forwards Isaac Buckley Ricketts and Dimani Bughal Mella. Dimani Bughal Mella, could appear ahead of a double pivot consisting of Paul Dawson and Josh Kay. Though Brentford will be seen as favourites, they will want to avoid underestimating their hosts in order to avoid the embarrassment that Palace face. So I expect striker Igor Thiago to feature up front. Well, yeah, I expect he will feature, yeah. Mikael Damsgaard is a likely inclusion. Hope so, he should be. We're going to need him, I think, in an advanced role after coming on as a substitute against Arsenal. While Jordan Henderson and Yarmoliuk are candidates to start behind him. Elsewhere, Craven Kelleher will be needed in goal should the match go to a penalty shootout. Well, I thought Valdemars myself. I think it's going to be slightly different, this team. There's going to be some players that don't get a lot of time, a lot of match time, I think, myself here. But this is what they're saying. They could be right. Yeah, Craven Kelleher will be needed in goal should the match go to a penalty shootout. Yes, we have got to take it seriously. So maybe we will put out a strong team. Though he will hope for adequate protection from Nathan Collins and Ethan Pinnock. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Collins and Pinnock will probably play. This is Macclesfield Town possible starting lineup: Dearnley, Fensham, Maniaci, Heathcote, Lacey, Edmondson, Dawson, Kay, Duffy, Buckley Ricketts and Bughal Mella. So, yeah, I think that's similar to the team they played against Palace. I would think that is pretty much the same, I would say. So, yeah, this, I think it's going to be tough. Our possible lineup: Kelleher, Coyote, Pinnock, Collins, Hickey, Yarmoliuk, Henderson, Guattara, Damsgaard, Lewis Potter and Thiago, which is strong. That's quite a strong lineup. But we also know, we already heard that we're going to play Kaya Furo. He's going to get some minutes. He's getting some game time. So, yeah. So, sorry guys, I was off the screen. Sorry about that. I forgot to put myself back on. No, never mind. But yeah, I'm sure hopefully you all heard me anyway, so that's good. But yeah, this is the starting lineup. So the predicted ones possible. For me, we might just have Valdemars in goal. I would think this will probably be the defence, will be Coyote, unless we give him a rest. No, I think we may need these long throws, so I guess not. Pinnock, Collins, I think they will be the 2 centre-backs, and Hickey, although I don't think Hickey is a left-back still. I will keep saying he's not a left-back, but he may just be put there, played there. I don't think he should be, but unfortunately, that's what Andrews likes to do. So, it might not be as much of an issue against this lot as it would be in the Premier, maybe. But he's still not a left back. He's definitely not a left back, Hickey. But that could be the actual defence. I think that could be what it would be. And is it saying here, Yamodiuk, Henderson, will Jensen play? He's been playing well, or will he get a rest maybe here? That's possible. Ouattara, you've got to have your strongest lineup, I guess. Damsgaard for sure. And Lewis Potter's been great lately. Thiago, amazing. But I think Romeo O'Donovan will get some minutes. I think Nelson will play at some stage as well. He's already mentioned about Kaya Furo, so he's going to be playing at some stage. So this could be interchangeable here. It could be you may get these to start with, and then the second half it may be a bit different or whatever. More changes in the second half possibly. So I think that lineup is strong. And I think whatever players we play out is going to put out is going to be fairly strong anyway. We say Macclesfield Town 1, Brentford 2. I'll go with that as well. Anything like that. I know we're not going to totally annihilate this team. We're not going to wipe them off the pitch totally. That's not going to happen. We're not going to, demolish them as such. But I think we should be winning it. And that's probably right. 2-1 Brentford. It probably will be that. Macclesfield Town will undoubtedly give their all. And they could prove challenging opponents on home soil. However, given the disparity in their positions in the football pyramid, it is impossible to predict anything other than a Brentford win. But we said that with Palace, and they were the holders, and how high they were in the Premier. So I'm still not sure. But I think we should. We'll take this more seriously, I would say, than Palace did, because I think, as I mentioned before, Palace went there thinking, "Oh, this is an easy one. This is easy, a run out, a practice match. Let's just go and easily beat this lot and knock them out. Let's get through easily." And it didn't happen. So we have got to be serious about this. We have got to go seriously at this game. I might go with that 2-1, the Bees, but this is going to be tough. We may just nick this one. I don't think it's as straightforward. I'd like to think differently and say differently about this, but I mean, look what happened with Greensby. I thought that was going to be closer than it was. And yet we annihilated them 5-0. We smashed them 5-0. I'm not sure that's going to be quite the case with this lot. They're non-league. They are really going to be up for it. They'll be really fighting 100%. They're not going to let us do this easily. So it may go into extra time or something. I'd hope it wouldn't go to penalties because, it's always a lottery still, penalties. But it may just go to extra time. And I think we should still be strong enough. Whatever team we put out here, it should be enough. And as much as I'm dreading it and, really sort of not willing to really come up with a definite prediction, I'm still going to go probably with that 2-1, the Bees. What was said on there, that prediction, I think it's going to be close. And if we go for maybe a bit more, say a 3-1, but I think it may just go to possibly extra time. Maybe 0-0, 1-1, and then go to extra time. That's possible. But I just feel we can get through. We can just nick it and just, just get ourselves through by the skin of our teeth, maybe. I just know this is not going to be as easy a walkover. Palace underestimated them, I guess, and that's what happened. And hopefully, by the sounds of it, we're not doing that. Keith Andrews already mentioned he's not going to do that. He's taking them seriously. He's respecting them, and so he should. He respects the competition, and so I hope he will go through seriously with this lineup. Whoever he puts out will put in a great performance and get us through. As I say, it's not as important for me if we get through or not. I mean, okay, I don't want to be an upset. I don't want us to be an upset and thought of as another giant killing in the act. I just don't want that, really. I want us to go through and want us to be still in the FA Cup, but I have to be realistic. And if Macclesfield really go all out and do well and beat us, well, that's the way it is. And then we got to just look at the Premier and get Europe. Let's get Europe then and concentrate on that. But no, I just still hope we can get through and let's do it. Let's do it, bees. Let's sting them. And, if we can do that performance we done against Arsenal, well, a big team like Arsenal, surely a performance like that is enough to beat this lot and really get through. So let's just hope, guys. I'm going 2-1 Bees. So follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182. Subscribe to Mr. B Hive Football Chat and smash those likes and keep subbing if you're new, guys. Many thanks. I'm getting over at least 200 now. I've got over 200 on the season review. Season so far review for the Bees. That's gone over 200 now. I'm getting up to 100 and so on a lot of the others, or 90 odd, 80 odd, 90 odd, going up still on most of my other streams. So the viewing is good. That is great. My views are really heading up, going upwards. Hoping for more subs now because the subs have stopped. So I'm still on 210. So please, 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 guys, please sub if you're new. You're enjoying the content, please sub to me. And, I can get that still going upwards. I want that 250 milestone would be amazing. Because it was going up very quickly at one stage, these subs, and somehow it stopped. It sort of ground to a halt, But anyway, it's all good. If I don't receive the subs, I'm still happy because I know people are watching, and that's good, and that's good enough for me. I'm getting good views. People are watching. If they don't necessarily like what I'm doing, they're still watching. So that's all good for me, guys. So I'm gonna bounce anyway. It's been a good one. I know a bit delayed yet again. It's a lot later than I wanted to do this, but yeah, it's good. And hopefully, I'm going to do my reaction tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be happy. I'll be positive, and that we got through somehow against Macclesfield. But if it isn't, it isn't. If it's the other way, it's negative. We're out. We've been, embarrassed, humiliated, maybe. Well, I have to do it. I have to do the reaction. It may be a rant slightly, but as I've said, I've already mentioned, we go out, we go out. I won't be happy with it. I wouldn't be happy because I know we can do well in the FA Cup. I know we're a very good team in the FA Cup and can progress and do fairly well. But there's a real possibility we could go out to this lot, but I'm hoping not. I'm going 2-1Bs. I'm sticking with that. If it's more, if there's more goals or whatever else, then fair enough, and we lose. It's fair enough, guys, and what will be will be. So anyway, I'm going to bounce. Thanks to everyone that's been in the live chat. We had Steph, of course, Luca, Kev, and Harry. So thanks, guys, that have been there, the live chat. Thanks, people that are watching live or playback, whatever. Until the next one, which will be reaction tomorrow. Maybe after the game, possibly later, depending. Maybe later about, I don't know, 9 or 10, maybe, whatever. Or it may just be on Tuesday. So I'm not sure yet. But anyway, there will be a reaction to it, of course. So anyway, guys, watch out for that. And thanks to everyone once again. I'm going to go. I'm out of here, guys. I'm bouncing. Cheers, everyone. Until the next one. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.